MJF turns heel. Plus, Hangman Page returns on AEW Dynamite and has an all-in title match been revealed. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. He told us he was a scumbag, and he's been a scumbag all along. MJF, you naughty, naughty boy. He's been well naughty on last night's Dynamite.
Naughty he most certainly has been. So on the main event of Dynamite last night, we saw Daniel Garcia challenge Will Ospreay for the International Championship. It was a really, really, really good match. MJF appeared at ringside to sort of just be there to cheer along Daniel Garcia. And at one point in the match, he passed him the Dynamite Diamond Ring and he encouraged him to use it as a weapon. Garcia sort of considered it for a little while before handing it back, refusing to win in dubious circumstances. MJF was like, all right, no, that's fair enough. And as he handed back the ring, Garcia walked into a hidden blade and Will Ospreay retained his championship. It was what happened in the post-match, however, right? MJF apologized to Daniel Garcia and then he did that wonderful low blow that he does so very well.
A little quick snap leg.
Yeah, he holds them at arm's length. When you see him hold someone at arm's length, I feel like that's when you know something's about to happen. And then what followed was a brutal beatdown of Garcia by MJF. He cracked him in the head with a diamond ring a couple of times. He also did it to Daddy Magic as well, and he was busted open. And then MJF, he takes Garcia up to the corner and then does a tombstone off the ropes. Ospreay comes out a little bit later to chase off MJF. MJF's like, come on then, and then he buggers off in the crowd. The salt of the earth is back, Thomas.
Oh man, he's never been saltier. He was arguing with fans and knocking over beers as he went through the crowd. It was vintage MJF. Really like this. This is something that AEW desperately needs, and all the more so with the next story we'll talk about in a second. But the one thing I think might be me and thee, or me and Adam mentioned it, where I said the one thing that AEW is lacking at the moment are those top star heels, those main event heels. It feels everybody's kind of like baby faces or shades of grey. So we're desperately needing some, and they've remedied that, and they've given us the guy who's probably the best at doing it in MJF. Absolutely the right decision to turn him heel, and doing so on Daniel Garcia, it presents an opportunity to create another top talent in Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, for sure.
Certainly it gives him a mainline feud to build his reputation on.
Absolutely. The way he was selling everything as well, it was perfect. The fact that sort of, like you, I really enjoy this as well. And kind of, you know, we as the internet and we as wrestling fans, I feel like we've been asking for this for ages. And MJF has also sort of alluded to the fact that he's listened to us. And it was even in that bit where he was like, did this restore the feeling? When he was holding Garcia's neck, did this restore the feeling for everybody? And it's like, oh my God, I love the fact that he alluded to that. I'm so excited, and it really looks like we're gonna get MJF and now babyface Will Ospreay, I guess, as well, because he asked for his departure from the Don Callis family. Don Callis said, all right, then that's fine. I don't usually do that. Something nefarious is gonna happen there, obviously. There. But my God, that match is gonna be so good as well. Yeah. It did multiple things right, I thought, this segment.
Really did. Also last night on Dynamite, we had the reveal of Jeff Jarrett's wild card. No, it wasn't me. No, it was indeed Hangman Adam Page. Woo. And it was an explosive match between these two. The crowd firmly behind Jeff Jarrett in this one. But Hangman Page showing an evil side, a wicked side to his nature in this.
Yeah, well, he could have put it away, couldn't he? He did the buckshot lariat, but that wasn't enough for him. He started laying in the blows as well on Jarrett and then got him up for another dead eye to put him down.
Yeah, so we've got a new sort of evil side to Hangman Page, which I think adds to, with MJF there and Hangman Page there as well. We've got two top heels that are now in the mix, which I'm very happy about. But is he aligned with the Elite? The answer to that is no. Post-match, the Young Bucks congratulated Hangman Page on his W and invited him to be the fifth man for their Blood and Guts match, to which Hangman Page grabbed Matthew Jackson by the lapels and was like, no, I'm not your puppet anymore. Do my own thing. I'm in the Owen. I'm going to win the Owen. So he's a lone wolf looking for trouble. And he's not aligned with the Elite, but he's still a baddie.
I'm excited because I wonder what happens. Obviously, we've got the Blood and Guts match coming up, and we'll talk about it in a little bit as well. But I feel like, do you know what I feel like? I feel like the Bucks and the Elite might goad Swerve Strickland to being in that match, which then gets Hangman Page on their side. Maybe, because he just wants to get at Swerve Strickland. I don't know. It's very exciting. I'm excited to see what Hangman Page does next.
Page will face Jay White on Collision, and one of those two will meet Bryan Danielson in the finals of the Owen. Also, in the women's tournament, the semi-finals took place on a taped Rampage between Hikaru Shida and Mariah May. That match was won by, if you don't want to know, look away now. Hey, they will face last year's winner, Willow Nightingale, in the finals next week in Calgary. The men's and women's finals wrap up next week, and the winners of those respective matches get title matches at All In. So they're shaping up, they're giving us matches for All In like not 2 weeks before this time.
It's nice as well because I feel like there's some big matches on there that you can really, really build to, and I can't wait for it because the spoiler person of who won the Rampage one, I think they might go on to do it.
Do you reckon?
Do you reckon they might? I think so, and I think it'll be great.
I'll say this time last year, I was lambasting AEW for not giving us any matches for All In, let alone a match with Grado. Don't get me started on that. I was lambasting them for leaving it very, very late. The other week I was saying that they need some heels in there. There's no real heel action in there. And you know what? They have corrected both of those things.
Yeah.
On last night's Dynamite, we have matches set for All In on the cards, which is excellent. And we have some top heels. It's lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. The Blood and Guts match taking place with the other top heels of the company in the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada. The Elite's opposition for the Blood and Guts match was potentially revealed last night as Ring of Honor champion Mark Briscoe stepped up to represent AEW. Shortly after, he was jumped in ring by TNA champion Jack Perry.
TNT champion.
Sorry, TNT champion Jack Perry.
Oh my God,
what's Bruce doing here?
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? TNT champion Jack Perry. And then he was jumped by Kyle O'Reilly, and in return, O'Reilly was left lame by Okada following a Rainmaker. The Young Bucks then came out to run them off, and then the Acclaimed hit the ring to run them off as well, rather. So it went, in case I completely buggered that up, Mark Briscoe attacked by Jack Perry, who was attacked by Kyle O'Reilly, who was attacked by Kazuchika Okada, who was then joined by the Young Bucks, who were then chased off by the Acclaimed.
I see, he's got it.
There we go. That kind of potentially gives us the lay of the land.
Seems so.
For that Blood and Guts match.
Yeah, Team AEW perhaps looking like obviously Mark Briscoe and then Kyle O'Reilly and the Acclaimed. Still a fifth member there to be announced, I guess, or revealed if that is the final sort of the team there that's going forward. And that obviously we still got the final person to join the Elite as well. So very exciting. I'm looking forward to how this is all shaping out.
And speaking of things shaping up, another title match revealed for All In, it seems, last night.
Yeah, Britt Baker made her Dynamite return last night. She appeared on the show for the first time in almost a year. Baker revealed that not only she suffered from a torn hip labrum and herniated disc, but she also revealed she'd had a mini stroke at the end of last year. This led to a week in the hospital and a long sabbatical from wrestling, and now she's healthy and cleared to compete. Baker's promo turned to Mercedes Moné, though, who openly mocked how Moné had the crowd chanting CEO 3 letters. What's going on here? She put that in a theme song, something that she didn't have to do to get them to chant DMD, might she add. Baker's promo time was interrupted by the arrival of Mercedes Moné. Moné was there to have her championship celebration. She was greeted warmly by the Young Bucks and instructed the scene to be set for Moné's championship celebration whilst Baker was in the ring. And then this led to a showdown between Moné and Baker and led to the challenge from Baker for the TBS Championship at All In. Moné seemed to agree to the match, and the two ended with a stare down. Mercedes left. There was no beatdown afterwards or anything like that. Could very well be where it's going.
Yeah, match not set, but it looks like it's on the cards. Britt Baker and Mercedes Moné for the TBS title at All In. Big fan of that. That feels it feels like something a few years ago we would have had as like a WWE and AEW dream match.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I love this so much. I thought Baker's promo was great and was really nice to hear her speak just freely and openly about everything that's happened in her life so far in regards to why she's been away. And this will be really good. Mercedes Moné, I feel like, is going to be much better as a fully solidified heel too. So I can't wait for that.
I can't wait for Adam and Andrew to give us live reactions to WWE Money in the Bank this weekend.
Ooh, yeah, looking forward to it. We're going to be on YouTube. We'll be doing the live reactions on youtube.com/cultaholic/live. We've got predictions going up as well later today. We've already got pictures on there. Does Ross say a dog wheeze on someone? Maybe he does. You'll have to find out for yourself and watch that one.
That is the greatest hook and tease in all my years of broadcast. Does Ross say a dog wheeze on someone? Find out next.
Find out now. How doesn't that intrigue one? You got a wonderful Desert Island Graps out as well.
I have indeed, with wrestling journeyman Mr. Tim Strange. A very open conversation about how he overcame addiction, personal loss, even homelessness. He talks about how he was living on the park behind St. James's Park in Newcastle for a spell, and how he came back from that to really turn his life around. It's a really incredible story, a very open story, and I want to thank Tim personally for coming in and being so honest with us. It was really lovely to get to know him properly and hear his story, and you're going to love him as well. And a lot of people already messaged me saying this might be my favourite one,
wow,
which has been really lovely to hear.
That's awesome.
I think it's resonated with a lot of people because a lot of things in there, a lot of talk of struggle and coming back from it. It's a really wonderful listen, worth taking time to do so. If you do so, thank you. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Keys.
I love you, bye.